So we have our investment advisory board meeting today.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marty. How are you?
Meter has put together a new monthly report for the portfolio, which really is an excellent short summary at the beginning, and the 6th page is a wonderful summary of all the relevant information about the portfolio from a top-down point of view with regard to average yield, average maturity, effective duration, all of the key factors, and a nice breakdown of how the assets are held. You can see we've got it pretty diversified, but heavily oriented toward agencies and treasuries. That's about all there is to report. We are, because of the various distributions that we've made to BMOC, and also the real estate purchase last week for $5.5 million, we have been beginning to pull money out of the investments portfolio to meet those. That's not been something that's happened before during my term as the treasurer. Up to now, up until basically the last 6 months or so, the investment portfolio just kept grinding along and adding to itself, and we paid for everything out of what we had as real estate tax collections. That has changed as a result of some of these, as a result of the distributions that the commissioners have ordered for these various projects, and that's what it's there for. So we are managing the cash flows to make sure we've got cash available to do minor things like pay salaries and those sort of expenses, and we're moving forward.
Thank you.
All right, good. Any questions?
Questions?
Do you have an intern with you today?
I do not have an intern with me today. I have the treasurer-elect, Randy Kubik, whom I believe
You
all know.
survived tax season.
I did.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting thing, but your treasurer position doesn't take office, what, until August?
The first
September or
Monday,
September,
the
okay.
first Monday in September is the way the code reads,
Okay,
which this year happens to be the 1st of September, but
all right.
there's always Labor Day also, because
Sure.
Labor Day was obviously established long after the term.
So I guess the legislature thinks this is the one job we can't screw up. People actually have to know what they're
And
doing.
the auditor.
Right.
That
No,
we have a
does it take
staggered
for-
one with the auditor
is it-
too.
Auditor starts the first Monday in March, and the treasurer starts 6 months later, so that in theory, those positions which, as I understand it, when the Constitution for the state was written, most of the public money in the state was held at the county level. And so they divided up responsibility for managing that, and provided that those positions didn't change when the commissioners changed, and they didn't want them to change at the same time, so that, there wasn't any of this he, she did that kind of stuff. So
Well, we're gonna miss you,
Thank you.
and,
I'll miss you too.
I'm sure.
all right, but I know we've got somebody waiting in the wings that knows what they're doing.
I am confident that the office is in good hands.
You-
And I do love, I've said this to you before, but I'm saying it now for the benefit of the treasurer-elect. I really appreciate the summaries that you provide us as a regular update on the investment portfolio. It just helps me to kind of have some context around
Mhm.
our cash flow, and especially as we are drawing on some of those investments. I'd sure love to see that continue.
I can assure you it will.
Thank you for that. I mean, it really is helpful for me, so I appreciate it.
And frankly, the brief summary that Meter puts at the beginning of this new monthly report is a very nice summary of fixed income markets and inflation and interest rate outlook. which is another very quick way to pick up on those directions.
Yeah.
Particularly if you don't have other sources to gather that. So they've really done a good job. I think they've been a good partner to work with. I feel good about the fact that we've hired them and we have their expertise available to us regardless of who's sitting in my chair. I was very conscious early on in my term of the fact that if something happened to me, there wasn't anybody inside the county or the county was in constant contact with that knew what was going on with the portfolio and was capable of stepping up. There was going to be a gap, a significant gap there. And I think Meter has filled that very well for us.
Yeah, a lot of times we actually have input as the investment committee on things, including, I don't know how many years that was when we thought interest rates were kind of artificially high for a time and we wanted to extend maturities. And I think we actually fought to get the law changed.
We've gotten the law changed to extend the maturities that are eligible for our purchase in a number of different ways over the time that I've been in office. Frankly, some folks up in the northeast corner of the state got us approved to put a whole lot of money in commercial paper, which we weren't using before, but has been a good source of short-term money for us. That's moving away now, but we have made some good returns there that weren't formerly available to us. And frankly, having somebody that's really on top of it, like Meter has been, has introduced us to things that we would not have done otherwise, and has made extra money for the county. And that's my position from the time I was elected has been every extra nickel that I can make on the investment portfolio is a nickel that's available to be used for public purposes that the public did not have to pay a tax for. And so that's what we tried to do.
Done a good job of it. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
One more of these.
See you at the state of the county, we hope.
I won't be there.
Oh, come on now.
Okay,
Sorry to disappoint you.
yeah. All right, do we have a motion to go into executive session?
Before we do, I just have two quick things, if that's okay. The first is, I wanted to let you know, if you haven't already heard, that among other changes that the House of Representatives have made to the governor's proposed budget was that the county coroner would no longer be an elected position, but an appointed position by the Board of Commissioners. All the same statutory requirements would remain the same. So I just wanted to let you know that that change has happened in case you
When did
heard.
it, so the legislature passed, so I take it that the coroner then was a legislative established position?
Yes, just like the county commissioners.
Right, and so then, the legislature passed a law to change that, and then that was signed by the governor?
No, they made the change to the governor's budget. It's in the budget bill, which is in the Senate right now. So it's still their changes are actively being debated. This is a position that the County Commissioners Association has supported and has been on our platform agenda for a long time. In many, many counties, there are not people with the qualifications to be able to run for coroner. And so a lot of coroners, and I believe our coroner is one of them, serves as a contract coroner to other counties to be able to fulfill those duties. I have not heard from our coroner. I wouldn't expect to. I don't know if the legislative delegation has heard from them, but I just thought because it's a change in county government that I would mention it to you
Yeah,
all
thank
in
you.
case you hear.
Not a position that I
something
want
about
to have a lot of dealings with usually, but okay, good.
which is why I mention it. The second thing is I just wanted to recognize that last week, Candace and Martin, Susan, Suzanne, I know I'm forgetting some folks. Yeah, Molly, with the Soil and Water Conservation District, we planted a tree out in, on our grounds here, but kind of just behind our offices in recognition of the 250th birthday of the United States. It is a national project, and we are one of the first counties, so the goal is all 88 counties will have this tree planted in recognition of the 250th birthday. And so we were one of the first counties to do it. Since it's a decently nice day, you may want to go take a look at it, but I wanted to make sure I recognize the committee's hard work as they continue to do projects to recognize the 250th birthday. But this was kind of a fun one, and it also happened to be Earth Day at the same time. So I was happy to represent the board at that tree planting. But I think the bigger point is to stay tuned, because I know there are more activities to come through the rest of the calendar year in celebration of a pretty big birthday.
Okay, well, thank you. So do we now have a motion to go into executive session?
I move that we go into executive session for imminent litigation with legal counsel present pursuant to ORC 121.22G3.
Second. And call the roll, please.
Mr. Grossman?
Yes.
Mr. Young? Mrs. Jones?
Yes.